well, they've like taken the human element out of it as well, because, well, not out of it completely, but I mean, like, now that the cars basically like also use like the software that decides when to best harvest their, you know, energy and like when to deploy it and when to use boost mode.
Yeah.
And like, you don't even have that human intuition and skill to like know when to maybe do something or not do something that's not going to be safe. Like, they've taken that out of it as well. Like, I think even Lando said at one point that he was like going to, or he was overtaking Lewis, and he didn't even mean to. The battery just deployed and he had to like make sure that he was like on it, because all of a sudden the car sped up. And he wasn't fully expecting it, which is terrifying.
Crazy. And also, like, Alonso said this in testing. He was like, overtaking is accidental now. Like, it just happens because of the battery. And he was like, I think it's so scary because you need to have that human, like, the judgment call. Yeah. You're taking away, because there's so many different situations. I don't think there's any, like, data set or formula and code that can always know when is the best time, because you're going to be in different situations on the track, in the race story, everything. You're always going to be in different situations. So to take an aspect of just human judgment out of it is so bad. That's so unsafe. Like, you always need to have that, like,
it also just feels like then you're taking like the drivers a step removed from it as well. Like, obviously they're still doing plenty, but like,
because that's part of being a good racing driver, is having the judgment. It's like, when you do like a risky overtake or a risky move, it's like being able to judge all of that, the closing speed, the distance between the cars, the distance to the corner, where's the apex, making the corner, not hitting the other, all of it.
Totally.
It's all judgment. So you're just taking a level of that out of it.
Agreed. I know, it's
and
like...
you just have to, like, make it work. Lando's like, okay, I suppose we're overtaking. Like, huh?
Yeah, guess we're doing this now. Like, you at that point, you're a passenger, you're not a driver. Like, what is happening?
And that's so scary when you're going that fast.
Completely. But as you said, like, a lot of the drivers have been criticising it. And F1 has certainly not been broadcasting the criticism, allowing the criticism to, like, see the light of day, if they can help it.
They even censored, this is even before that, the telemetry of Kimi's pole lap. Did you see that?
No.
In the, like, they posted the onboard of Kimi's. You know how they post the pole lap on YouTube?
Yeah.
And they, like, cut out some of the telemetry that showed how he was, like, lifting on the straight, or something that was, like, I don't know what it specifically was, but they cut out part of the telemetry that showed basically how, what we were talking about of, like, qualifying is no longer as what it was before, of, like, who can be the bravest and the boldest and the, you know, rinse every little millisecond of lap time out of the car because you're braking on the straight. Like, it was something to do with that whole thing, and they cut it out. They cut the telemetry.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
They just,
or
like,
just
they
change
can't
the
have
regulations.
They just can't have their cake and eat it too. Like, I think the bottom line is these regs are exciting in the racing. Quali is meh at this point. I hope it'll get better as, like, the teams work out how to best, like,
like,
work with these regs.
They did try and make it better by, like, limiting the battery power in quali, but I don't think it did that much.
Yeah. I just think, like, that can be the case and it can be great for racing, but it's also just not there yet in terms of, like, A, being safe enough, and B, like, creating a complete product for F1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think, like, and the censorship is insane. The really funny part that from Japan, though, was obviously they've been trying to, like, cut off anyone trying to claim it's like Mario Kart. And then Oscar's, like, comments in the cool down room, because obviously he finally got a race in, was like, I can see what you mean. It is like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And also they had like, Jack Black and the cast of the Mario movie.
That was so funny. I was
and
like,
I was like,
guys.
oh, this was clearly something that was booked so far in advance, and now they've gotten to the weekend and gone, oh.
Yeah. They're like,
Whoops.
not really what we want to be promoting right now, but...
Yeah. But also, like, if it's like Mario Kart, so what? Mario Kart's a fun game.
That's
like,
true. That's
what?
true. I mean, average
Anyway.
Kimi Antonelli's start is when you fuck up the timing in a Mario Kart.
So true.
You know,
you need to hold down A on 2. You can't hold it down from
Exactly.
3. It has to be from 2.
No, exactly. So that's what
Kimi,
Kimi.
we've
Kimi's
worked out
starting
your
to
bad
hold it down
starts.
too early.
Yeah.
Hold down on 2, then you'll be fine.
You're sorted. Oh, man. But yes, I hope that as the season progresses, they, like, continue to work these things out. Because obviously
100%.
you do not want drivers closing up that quickly and having these, like, very near misses.
And I think what Carlos said was particularly, like, telling. Like, obviously so many drivers have been vocal about it through testing, and so far, like, I know in testing, Lando was saying a lot about it, Fernando Alonso said a lot about it, Max has said a lot about it. They've all been saying this. But when Carlos said, like, we're lucky that there was runoff area there, because imagine if this was Baku or Singapore or something like that.
Yeah.
Because
like a tiny
also,
little street circuit. It makes me terrified for Monaco.
Exactly. Like, if you've got those closing speeds in Monaco, you're going to have an insane accident with multiple cars involved.
Yeah.
Like, Ollie was able to avoid Franco, which ultimately sent him into a terrifying crash. But if you're on a street circuit, you can't avoid the car in front. You're going to have to go 300 kilometers into that wall that's right there. And that's going to spit you back out and wipe out the other car anyway.
Yeah.
It's so scary. Like, I was having a conversation with somebody about this, and he said he doesn't think Franco's getting enough stick for it. And I was like, are you okay? I was like,
I think Franco pulled a defensive move, but I don't think it was
he's
anything.
getting overtaken.
Yeah,
What's he
exactly.
meant to do? Just let him drive past? Like, he sees a car coming. He's like, I'm going to defend the inside line into the corner. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I thought that was an insane claim. Yeah. And I was like, he doesn't know that he's closing with that speed and everything like that. Like, he doesn't know the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think Franco's to blame for that at all.
And Haas have come out and defended him too. I don't think he's just going to pull over and let any car that he sees coming up behind him just go past.
I know.
Because they might be going so fast. No.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I just thought that was
Bizarre.
crazy. I literally was like, are you okay? Are you what?
Yes.
Anyway.
I know. But anyways, glad Ollie Bearman is okay. He
Absolutely
just did not have a good weekend from start to finish. I mean, like, quali got knocked out in Q1.
That was shock.
It was bizarre. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. From, like, leading the midfield, basically, for Australia and China.
He was even
I'm pretty
leading.
sure.
He was fifth in the championship.
Yeah.
Mostly thanks to McLaren not starting, but
That'll help.
you know.
You know.
You know. But yeah, he's no longer. He's dropped down now, but he would have expected that.
Agreed. But not a good weekend this weekend.